Hello, good morning everyone. Thank you for coming back to join me today. I'm continuing with my botanical theme journals and I've got a little bit further with them and I'm going to make a couple of pockets with you today, but I just wanted to show you where I was. I've picked my fabrics. This one is going to have this beautiful, I think it's like an upholstery fabric, and it's Liberty of London, so it's a really nice fabric. And I picked it because it looked so nice with that one, and I'm thinking I might use it on the inside as well as the outside because it just looks so nice, but I might pick out one of these other colours. I'm undecided at the moment. So I haven't done any work as yet on this one. We put the papers all together in this last time, so I'm going to start putting bits and pieces in that one. The way that I kind of work is once I start putting bits and pieces in, or bits and bobs in one journal, I kind of get in a flow with that journal and carry on with it. But because I want these to have similar pockets, if I'm putting a pocket in this one, I try and put something similar in a little box to go in the other one. Not always, because I don't like them to be the same, but so it'll have similar pockets in. So somebody that asked to reserve, oh, by the way, both of these journals have been requested to be reserved. One of the ladies has been waiting a while for one of my botanical journals, so thank you for your patience. And she said she likes blue, and I had this pieced cover that I was starting to make last year that I've not used, and so I'm going to put that on this cover for her. So I've started putting bits and pieces in here. Let's move that out the way. So this is the one that I've been mainly working on. So we've got the bluebird there with the pocket, and I've put an extra pocket there, so that flips out. We've got a pocket tucked in there. And as I said before, most of the papers that I'm using in here are from Rachel Rox's creation. And the reason, I had somebody ask me why I mentioned Rachel's papers and none of the other book pages that I was using. The reason is this is a design team project for Rachel, so that's why I tell you which are Rachel's papers. And I don't always remember what books I've taken pages from. I've put one of the envelopes in there. The book page there made into a little pocket with one of Rachel's little birds. That's a flip that flips out, and it'll be a tuck spot in there, so you've got some extra writing space as well. What else did I do? Oh, I've made this pocket that's from an envelope, and I'm going to do a video on making these as well. So that's going to be a pocket, and I've just got that book page that I want to put in there. I've done that as a flip. So I've added this paper on. If you remembered, we folded a little bit over there. So I've added that on, and I've put some extra paper in there. So that's going to get closed together. Belly band there that I had a piece of paper left over, and I've put a little pocket on it and another journaling card. So this one is getting on quite well. There's a little pocket there with one of Rachel's folded letters. I'm not going to unfold it because it took me ages to figure it out. I've put a stamp on it, and this is from Sharon Hirth, the way that she does her pockets, by putting something at the bottom so nothing drops out. Haven't done that one yet. Haven't got that far. That's the centre. There's a pull out there. So you can see there's lots in it, and it's already quite chunky. I've done a pocket there from an old book page. This flips out, and there's some paper in there, so that will get glued down like that, so it'll be a tuck spot under there, and that will, or at the side of the page there, so you can still tuck in, so that will be in there. I'm going to do a video on these as well. The other side I did the closure at the top. Nothing on that one yet. That one has just got a little pocket to go in there. The other side of that, the flip, and that one we did last time. So you can see this one is getting really rather chunky. So it will have some more bits and pieces in it. I've got some more to do, and it will have some more ruffles going through. I just haven't decided where they're going yet. So they are coming on. I've been working hard on them, and I wanted to do something that I've been inspired to do. I'm a great follower of Wendy's Journal Adventures, and she recently did a pocket flip using Glassine bags that she had, I think you call it decoupage napkins on. So I'd already got some that I'd done ages ago, and I'm not a great fan. Oh, right, let me rephrase that. I'm not very good at putting napkins on. I seem to get myself in a right sticky mess with it. So these are some that I'd done a while ago and then put to one side. So I thought, thanks, Wendy, you've given me a brilliant idea, because they were in my nearly finished, don't know what to do with box. So when I saw Wendy's video, and I think it's only a recent one that she put on maybe last week, she'd used her Glassine bags and put a flip on the front with a pocket. So this is my version of Wendy's, and I thought, you're bound to have watched Wendy's videos, but I'm going to show you anyway how I did mine. And I'm thinking, dangerous, that because this is getting quite chunky, I might put this as a flip pocket over a page. I mean, there's different ways you can do it. It can go over the page like that, or you could glue it down on 3 sides and have it as a tuck spot. So I am undecided what to do with it. So my thought is that for the ones that I'm making for these journals, I'm going to make them either as a clipped in or flipped over, and then whoever gets this journal can decide whether they want to stick it onto a page. You know, if they didn't like this image, they could stick it on there. It could go on there, you know, if there's too much writing there, they could put it on. So I like to give people an option of what they can do with it. So I hadn't finished this one off, but because I thought, well, I'll put the camera on and show you what I'm doing. And I've got some others that we'll do a video on as well. So obviously the journals that I'm making are going to be finished before I get all the videos up and running as to what I've made. So, but it'll keep you going while I'm on holiday, won't it? So I'm thinking I'm going to decorate the back of this one, and then if the person decides that they do want to stick it on a page, it doesn't matter. They can still stick it down. This isn't going to interfere with that at all. But if they decide to keep it as a floating page, they can do that as well. So as I say, I do like to give options. So I'm gonna stick that on there, and I want to stick this down. I put a card in there, didn't I? I want to stick this down really well because it is on Glassine paper. And that's the other bit that I'm always nervous about with Glassine bags, is sticking them on a book page and whether they will stay stuck, because I'm never sure. I'm going to put that ticket there. And I'd be mortified if something that I'd made, if when it reached the person something came unstuck. Oh gosh, I'd die in a ditch, I really would. So I do try my best to make sure that everything is really well stuck down. Somebody was watching my video not long ago, and they said that they'd never heard the saying "die in a ditch." Whether it's a Nottingham slang. I am from Nottingham in England, in the UK. So whether it's Nottingham slang, I don't know, but it's something that we say, or something that my family's always said anyway. If you do something, it's not that bad, you know. You're not going to die in a ditch over it. Do you all have odd sayings where you are? I guess all over the world there's different ones. This is a journal card I'd made a while ago from a collage roll that I'd cut out and decorated. So I'm going to put that in there. I might put a tab on it because the fold is quite high. And then I put one of Rachel's journaling cards that I had added a couple of bits to on there as a pocket. So that's what I want to do. So pick another one in no particular order. Now, Wendy had some beautiful coffee dyed paper that somebody had sent her in Happy Mail that she used. And it was just beautiful. So she used that. I haven't got that sort of coffee dyed paper. but Rachel has beautiful coffee dye papers. So what I've done is I've copied one of the darker images on one side and a lighter one on the other. And I'm going to, I think as well, I think Wendy used tracing paper on hers for the pocket. So that's about 4 1/8. So I'm going to cut this lengthwise. So I'm not using tracing paper because I think the reason that Wendy chose to use tracing paper was she didn't want to cover up the beautiful coffee dye paper because, of course, I don't know if I've got any tracing paper, but if you put tracing paper over that, you're going to see through it, aren't you? So this is going to be the pocket that's going to go on here. That bit's going to... Oh, that's too narrow, Carol. What were you thinking? What were you thinking, girl? But it fits on a smaller bag. Did I just pick the wrong bag up? I did. It's here. Oh, gosh. I'm going to use this one. It doesn't really matter, does it? Right. Don't panic. So the idea is, I mean, you could have it the paler way and then you'd have a dark pocket. But I quite like the dark side. So I want it to have a pocket. So I'm going to fold a pocket up first. So that's going to have a pocket like that. Yep. And then I want it to fold over the back, but I don't want it to go all the way. And I don't want it to be too big for the book. So I think that's going to fold about there. And that's what I'm going to attach this to. So that's going to make the flip. I think I've done it too long. So if that was to go like that, let's just have a look at the book. That is quite long, isn't it? So I think I'm gonna shorten that a bit. Because I want to see the bottom of the bag. Yeah, that's better. And then I won't need all of that on there. Keep my little bits. Okay, so that's going to stick on there. Fabulous. So I'm going to put some glue on here. I find that this fast tack glue has worked really well on this. It's glued it nicely. So I'm gluing, I guess, to about an inch, maybe a bit more than an inch. I'm going to put that on there. And hope it's kind of level. It's not bad. That's not bad. Squish it down, make sure it's glued. Glassine bags do go a little bit wrinkly. That's okay. And then I'll do another one and then we'll decorate the two. So again, I want this to have a pocket. And my idea of doing paler on the back is so that it kind of shows a difference. I want that to be like that. And I want to leave a gap so that there's room for us to put something in it. Which should be about there. And then I don't need as much as that, so I'm going to rip a bit off. So all kind of guesstimates on folding, and it's going to depend on how big your Glassine bag is. So that's going to go on there like that. Oops, sorry, can you see I'm quite hunched up close to myself today, aren't I? Oh gosh, a golly. I think I said to you before, we're having some work done in the garden. We both retired. Gosh, it's 5 years now since I finished work. Doesn't time fly when you're having fun? And we've been thinking about having the garden done for a long time, but couldn't make our minds up what we wanted. So we've actually finally now decided we like to sit in the garden and spend time in the garden. So we're having a patio fitted, laid, built, I'm not sure what you call it. Yeah, I like that one as well. Let's move that out of the way. I don't want to get glue on it. So there we go. So there's two. Oh, there's my list of things I like to make for my journals. Do any of you do that? I keep meaning to make got a little list. Won't make much sense. Postcards, checks, library pocket, overpage, envelope, Jackie's envelope, window envelope flip, page flip, vellum pocket, wallpaper, postcards again. So I like to make, there's certain things that are my favourites to put in journals, and so that's my remember this list. Anyway, back to this. So we've got two Glassine bags there. Both have got pockets. Both have got flips. I like the way that they show up against that, but as with the other one, I think that I want to I'm going to put some paper over it, just so that it defines where the edge of it is. That's what I want to do. So this is just old dictionary page that I'm just going to put on there, and it just shows where the pocket edge is. And I keep all my little bits of that dictionary page. That was a beautiful book. I found it in a charity shop, and the cover, it was the back and the front were perfect. The spine was broken, but it was a big 1900s French dictionary, and I got it for a couple of quid, and I made a lovely, I think I made a lovely journal with it, with the cover. It was like an Art Nouveau cover. So it turned out so nicely. I was really, 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 really pleased with it. And if only I could find another of those books, I would be in heaven. We're actually, when we go away, we've got a few holidays booked, and we're going to a place called Henley-on-Thames. So I don't know if any of you that live out of England have heard of the Henley Regatta, where lots of boats go down and they do boat racing and regatta week, and that's where it is. So I think it's meant to be a bit posh at Henley, but we're only going for a couple of days because it's nice to walk along. I was going to say the River Trent. I live at the River Trent. It's the Thames, part of the Thames. So it's nice to walk along it and see all the boats and do some people watching. Sorry, I'm just gaily carrying on here. So I've got those two pockets. Decorate them. And when we went last time, I found an old bookshop. And in that old bookshop, she sold old postcards and things like that. So I'm quite excited to go back. So I've got my fingers on that she's not packed up and stopped working and gone. That'd be disappointing, wouldn't it? Now that bird fits, but I think it might blend in a little bit. He stands out, and actually he fits quite nicely with those blues, doesn't he? So I think that birdie might go on there. I'm not sure if I want a label or I don't. I think I do. Now, the one thing that I thought I made a mistake, can I call it a mistake, was I didn't leave any room to put a tab, because I thought it might need a tab on there to show that it lifts up. I mean, if you hang it over a page, it doesn't. But I don't want to cover the bird's feet up, so I took the decision not to put the tabs on, and I think I'm going to do the same with this. I'm going to put that on there like that. I'm going to put a little, I know you shouldn't do this when I was going to say when your grass is wet, when your papers are wet. Put a little snip on those. There we are, that's that done. I'm going to put this bird on the blue one. just because I think he's lovely. And I like that. So I'm going to do that. Gosh, everything's got sticky so quickly this morning. And then I'm going to put the bird. Sorry, am I out of screen again? Let me move you closer to me. There we go. How's that? That's better, isn't it? I do tend to work quite close to myself, I think. There we go. I like that. Do I want something up here? Everything is sticking to me. Oh, and it's Dustbin Man Day today. So I'm sorry. Do you know, I try and pick the best days to do a video, and it's been really difficult with having the workmen in because they're grinding the cutting and sawing. I'm going to get the giggles now. They're cutting and sawing all the slabs to fit, and I thought, quick, I'll do this video early. Oh, I like that actually. It stands out nicely. And then I forget it's Dustbin Man Day. Oh, I'm going to put those on there. Oh dear. And I'd try and cut myself out doing the giggles if I get the giggles, but one day I'm going to learn how to join videos together so that when I make a boob I can cut it out and then you'll never know. There we go. I like that. So I need to join this pocket up. So I'm just going to put some glue. You could stitch these. I mean, you could make this flip out of anything that you've got. You know, it doesn't have to be tea-dyed paper. But it does give a writing space as well. That's the other thing that I liked about it. It gives you that extra writing space on the inside that's going to be hidden. So I quite like it. I had some journal cards that I might be able to put in there. I know you can't see, this is the box where I've been putting all sorts of bits and pieces, and I have some of the taller ones. I think they might be a bit small. Let's have a look. Let's have a look and see what we think. So these are just journaling cards that I've previously made. That looks quite nice actually. I'm thinking these images on the side here are from Sharon Hearth, and they're beautiful. Look, it's a flower and then I was going to say a landscape, something from a town. I think that one's my favourite. I love that plant. And then I've just decorated the envelopes, postcards, and they're printed on the back. They're not printed on the back, they're collaged on the back. Could have two, couldn't it? I think I like that. I'm just going to leave that as is. I hope you can hear me over the dustbin men. Maybe it's just me that can hear them and you can't. They'll be gone in a bit. I'll talk louder. Then I've got a couple. Let me just pause while they're here. Okay, they've moved further down the road. What a calamity. You can probably still hear them in the background, but it's not so noisy. Right, so I've got that journal card in there, look. Do I need to put the other one in? What do you think? Shall we? Should we put the other one in as well? And then on the inside, I've just put one of the other ones. So that's one. I'm going to leave the back of this for now, but certainly if I use this one in one of the other journals, I will decorate it somehow on the back. And actually you could still use that as journaling space, couldn't you? They're still there, aren't they, the dustbin men? Never mind, carry on regardless, Carol. I'm so sorry if it's so noisy. Can you hear the squeak? Oh, what is it they say? Never work with kids and dogs, kids and animals or something. Don't work with dustbin men. Oh, Carol. Oh, I quite like that. Up there. Well, there. Although it's going to get covered. You see, if I do that, it's going to get covered by a tag, isn't it? So that's no good. Don't use that there. It's too big for there. He fits okay, doesn't he? Sorry, am I blocking you again? Oh, you see that, I think, goes... Does it go like that? Is he hanging like that? I never quite know which way some of these birds go, you know. I want a smallish one, don't I? Nope, I don't want to cut that much of a bird off. That's too big. I feel like the three Goldilocks and three bears. Too big, too small, too tall, too wide. He might fit nicely. I think he does. Right, okay, so which do we prefer? Do we prefer that one? Or do we prefer that one? I think I'm going to put that one. And I'll put a little label underneath him. That's a bit significant because it's talking about a tree. But I'm not sure. What have we got? Seedling. You're not going to be able to read it because the bird's going to be sat on it. These are all my Tracy labels. I'm going to put 2 on there, why not? Snap decision, Carol. And you might hear that the dustbin men have now moved on. Peace and quiet returns. Oh dear, the struggle is real, folks. Do you know, I always watch my videos back before I publish them because I never know when I'm doing it, whether you can see what I'm doing, whether you can't see what I'm doing, because all you're looking at is through a phone screen, isn't it? Bit of glue on there. Oh, he's stuck to the book. And I have to giggle at myself at the things I say. But like I said to you earlier, there's not a lot I can do because I can't edit. My daughter-in-law has told me it's easy. It's easy, Carol. All you do is do this, do that. Get this program, do that. But I'm very grateful to her for showing me. But as well, I think I don't really want to get into having to spend the time editing, because that means that's less time for me to be making journals, which is what I really, really enjoy doing. I think I want to put a butterfly on this one because I think that's what he's looking at. I think he's spied a butterfly that fluttered by. Quite like that one, I think. I'm never sure if I'm a good judge of colour, a good judge of colour. Maybe a blue one. These are quite big though. Yeah, oh, that's a smaller blue one. Oh, that's quite pretty. I like that. I want something under the butterfly. Do I want a piece of this? Could have torn that a bit neater, couldn't I? Oh no, got bits stuck to me. I'm going to do that. I like the little bee on it. It could be a wasp, couldn't it? Because it's have no idea. It's a wasp. It is a wasp. That one there. We'll have that butterfly go in there. Put in that lid. No, Carol. Do you know it's a bad day for me today, isn't it? Certain days that you shouldn't do videos, I think. Okay, so finally I've managed it. We've got that. So we need a card to go in there. Not too many butterflies. I quite like that one in there. I'm going to add another one as well. I'm going to add one of those in there. And I think I've got one left, so I will add the other one in there. So I'm pleased with those. I've made 3. Well, no, I have made 3, but I've made 2 with you. Yes, I've put birds on them all. I wasn't thinking about that. And you could decorate this as well, I guess, if you wanted to. But again, I bet you could write on that, you know. So that's my take on Wendy's Glassine bag flips. So I hope that you like them. And I hope you like where I've got to with the journals as well. So take care, everybody, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Bye.